Peace and blessings, everybody. This is DJ Freedom. I'm on two feeds at the same time. I'm on my YouTube page and I'm also on my IG page. So when my head turns away from you, that means I'm on the other feed. Okay? You can get this video in its entirety on youtube.com/DJ Freedom Lives. All my pages have the same thing. I managed to reserve the name right from the start when all of this was going on years ago. Reserve your name. And I tried to get DJ Freedom. Somebody already had it. I reached out to the person that had it for every platform and I never got a response. But I also don't see any content. So maybe I'll go back and revisit that conceptually. I wanted to do this video. I did one on IG Friday morning, and it was a good video. I gave you a lot of information about what I've been doing. I'm in transition as a DJ and an artist and a businessman and a community leader. Those are 4 things I do. And it was a success for me. I just listened to about 5 to 6 minutes of it, and I was very happy with the way it came out. So if you are able to go on my page and find the video, it has a black screen on it. I guess that's what Instagram does when you do a live video that's longer than just a minute. They save it to your regular feed now. So it works like Facebook. But with Facebook, what I don't like is if a person is not your friend, they can't see it if it went into your regular feed. But if you put it in a group, it can get lost in the group. And the only way to find it, the way my experience has gone, is to search your own name. So just a little background on the technical aspect of things. What's good, Javi? All right. So what I came on this morning to talk to you all about, salute, are the changes I'm going through as a DJ. My page is DJ Freedom Lives, and appropriately I decided, after giving it some thought, to call my new show DJ Freedom Lives. It's as simple as it needs to be. The reason I chose that is because if I give it a Mix2Go name like I've always done, I take the focus away from myself and put it on a brand. Now, Mix2Go is the name of the company, and I've always promoted the company. But for me to just promote that name, my name has to always be added on like a subtext. And I am not an egotistical person, but I've always put the needs of what's bigger than me ahead of myself. Knowing what I know about knowledge of self, you are supposed to deal with self-preservation. That's the first law of nature, right? However, I'm always putting other people in situations before me, which is why I'm not as far along in this business as many of my peers are. Many of my peers have gone on to do great things out in the public and have reaped many financial rewards because of how they position themselves in this business. And I never did, because I wasn't interested in the financial wealth that came with, being an artist and putting music out and doing events that complement all of that. I wasn't pursuing it for money first. I made a lot of money in music, being a DJ, throwing parties, special events. I made a lot of money doing all of that, but I never became famous doing it. So it's an interesting place to be in my life, where I'm going into focusing on being an artist more so, presenting myself to you as an artist. I'm a well-read dude, though. I live, I'm out here right now in the street in the middle of the night. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Eastern Standard Time in case you're in another part of the world. And I'm in the middle of Brooklyn in a car that is very toasty and warm, by the way. And yet I'm doing this. I paused because I come out to do rideshare. Just so you understand, I'm not just out here to be out here. In between my rideshare business, I'm able to do what I'm doing now, make good use of my in-between time because it was a little slow. So I'm going to wait a little while, and then I'm going to go back on. And then I will post my mix, the one that I've been working on for the last day or so, since Thursday. I will post that. That show is called The Free Mix Project Volume 1. It's under the House Massive umbrella, and it goes back to what I was saying earlier about focusing on me. All my shows have been a product of thinking Mix to Go wise. Thinking there's a door open for other DJs to come in and be a part of it. You know, DJs that I think complement where I'm going. And I always was willing to promote them as much as myself. But then I thought about it. Have any of them reached out to me to say, Freedom, you know what, I'm gigging over here. You know, I got a 1 or 2 hour slot for you. Come in and get down. Not even about money. Just to come and get down with them. Never happened. So why am I going out my way to do that for them? I'll tell you what. Right now, the reason I do it is because it's good for business. It's not because, and this is just being all the way real with y'all, it's not because I got a love for all these DJs, but it's because they're good for business. If you get booked by me, it's because you're good for business. It's not because we friends. Because if we was friends, you'd be checking on me during all of this, and I haven't gotten one single phone call from not one DJ. There it is. But I also haven't picked up the phone, to be fair, and called anybody, DJ-wise, to be fair. I've communicated with a lot of them online, but that direct one-on-one contact, haven't done that through all of this COVID business. So I'm just keeping it all the way real with y'all, and I'm letting you know the reason that I'm moving the way I'm moving. When I book events, when I set up events, the goal for me is to make money, not to make friends. If we cool, we cool. It's like family, but I'm not inviting folks over to my house for dinner. It's not that kind of vibe. We're not going out to hang out because I don't hang out with anybody. I'm just being all the way real with y'all once again. Said it 3 times now. It's more important for me to focus on work. You'll see me posting like this, and you'll hear me talking about music and business and travel and rideshare, community, things that I'm involved in. But I'm not here for the controversy. I'm not here for anything more than what I tell you I'm here for. When you see me post, that's all it's about. It's just about what I'm posting on, and that's it. So let me get back to the business of why I'm posting today. When I did this video a little over 24 hours ago, Friday morning, I'll just say that because no, it wasn't over 24 hours ago. It was actually less than. But anyway, when I first did another video, I didn't have my YouTube up at the time. And it was a really good video to the point where I want to find a way to get it off of Instagram and save it to my drive and just put it on my website. I know there's a way to do stuff like that. You IT-minded individuals that may see this, if you could hit me up either by emailing me, freedom@mixtogo.info, or if you're on Facebook Messenger, I check that several times a day, all day and all night. My account is DJ Freedom Mix2Go Justice. If you search Facebook Messenger for that name, exactly the way I just gave it to you, I will come up. I also wanted to give you all of my social links, the ones that matter, because there's a lot of pages that have my name on them. There's pages that may have my image on them. There's sites that I'm on, sites that I may have created, and I haven't maintained any of the upkeep. I haven't done upkeep on that content. So the problem is when you go looking for what's new about me, the only two places you will consistently see it is Instagram, actually 3 places. And now I'm going to add YouTube to make it 4. But Instagram.com/DJ Freedom Lives. That's the most consistent place I post. Number 2, Mixcloud.com/DJ Freedom Lives. And you can also add to that the Mix to Go page. But I'm only going to put what I do as a when I do my House Massive shows. I'm going to put that on Mix to Go, and I'll get to that why I'm doing it like that in a minute. The third place I most consistently post is my website, although the mix2go radio.com site hasn't been updated, but the Weebly one has been. All the feeds go directly through. I figured out how to do it about a year ago, and I haven't gone back since. They also went from allowing you to do it for free to now charging you to have a premium account like everything else. They gave it to you for free in the beginning, but they gave it to me for free for a good number of years. I had like 5 or 6 sites on their platform. Another company called Square bought Weebly, and now everything is, you got to pay for everything. You get a free site still, but you only get 1 site per account. If you want to upload content to several, actually, I think you can still upload content to multiple sites, but I only focus on my Mix to Go info site. That one I've had since 2008. That's how long that site's up. There's content on there that goes back years. I've closed and locked off some of the pages, but that site is my oldest site. So big shout out to Weebly. I big them up. Big up to Square for keeping the platform alive. Maybe the company was struggling financially and couldn't maintain, but Weebly is still around. If you like a platform that's easy to use, very visual friendly for someone who's not a tech savvy person, but you need a website, I recommend Weebly.com. I also use GoDaddy for all my domains. I pay full price for everything. When I first got the account, I was doing the whole $1 for a name thing, and that's why I have the .info instead of .com for Mix2Go. But I did go back and get Mix2GoRadio.com as well, just because some people need a .com in their life. So, and I have DJFreedomLives.com, but some of the names that I use have been taken. I need to just grab all the domains, like for House Massive and Mix2Go Soul and all of that, just to own the domains so no one can take them, because I spend time and energy and money to build on what I tell you about, what you see me post about. Now I drifted for a minute. I was giving you the platforms that you can see me on. I gave you Instagram. I gave you YouTube. I gave you my website. Also Facebook. My fan page, I noticed, is updated through my Instagram directly. I have a Twitter account, but I do not use it. So even though I feed it, the feeds go through Instagram to Twitter, I'm not consistent. I have the app I took the app off one of my phones. I have 2 phones that I use actively, but I took the app off one because I don't use it at all. There's an artist that actually wrote me about a week ago, but she's not consistent at all. I wrote her and said, yeah, I like your music. I like your singing. I'd like to work with you. Crickets, as Martina would say. Nothing. So that tells me using that platform is useless to me. I haven't been using it. I got used to not using it, but I do post my feeds through there from my Instagram posts. And I also, when I post on Mixcloud once a week when I do my shows, I post on that as well. So it's important for you to know the 4 places you can find my content, and it's different levels. Instagram and Facebook is just the post. Mixcloud is the mixes. My website is going to be both. what I'm doing with the site when I go back and do it over on Monday, I'm going to be working on having links. Like I had started doing this. The Mix to Go page, the radio page, will be all my mixes from the beginning of this year up to right now. You just scroll down the page. You won't be able to search the page or the site for what you like, but it won't be a long scroll. The way I'm going to do it, I'm going to have a post about what I have up, and the way it's going to be managed is it's going to have all my, like everything that I'm doing. It's going to be on there in a way that you'll be able to understand what's what. It's important for you to know, and I apologize, I got distracted because somebody was walking by the car and I had to look, so threw my whole thing off. I'm going to put it on the site. I'm going to redo the site so that it has just the important bullet points of my content. I've made what I do very complicated for me, even for me, and I shouldn't, right? But I'm going to simplify it as time goes on, and I'm going to get better at, just maintaining that level of simplicity in my post and maintaining my content and uploading content and so on like that. It's important that you can just focus on, okay, the music. This guy's putting mixes up every week. You get a good show every single week without fail. You also get events when things open back up, obviously. But I'm already telling people, I'm already posting about it, and I'm already making plans to officially be back out there by December. I honestly don't think Miami Carnival is going to happen in October. I really don't think so. I just got word from Terry Hunter, for example, that his Imagine No Music Festival is not happening in August. And that's August. It's May. But even though that may seem like it's so far away, it's less than 3 months away. So event producers are taking precautions. Rightfully so. You should. It shouldn't just be, okay, we're going to jump out the gate when things open back up. People are still going to be sick. People are still dying. There's still a high body count behind all this. It is no joke, man. I've seen what's really real about this whole thing, and I don't talk about it, but I'm just mentioning that in passing to make a point that my event business is completely on hold because of what's going on. And it's understandable that it's on hold. People's health and safety come first, right? So now, regarding my first event, it's looking like December in Miami. For many reasons. Number one, Miami opened up 2 weeks ago. And they lightly opened up. But the beaches are open down there. That tells me by December, we should be good money for what I plan to do. I don't know if social distancing will still be a thing in 7 months, but if it needs to be the case, I'm not even going to do it. I'm going to know by the summer, at least midway, if this is going to be an issue or not. I will keep you posted, but I'm just giving you the straight up on where things are in regards to me doing events, because I'm not really interested in doing parties. I'm just not. It's money that you lay out. It's a lot of energy and promotion and a lot of risk. And I took a big risk in February and I didn't make the money back. And I spent well over $7,000. I don't even know how I got that to that point. I took on a venue that cost me way more than I ever should have committed to. But I was just so anxious to do it, to prove that this can be done this way. And I had no partners. So I spent all this money and it hurt my pocket. So now I naturally won't be moving like that anymore. But I will be doing events that you can attend throughout the year in more of a theme as opposed to just this is a party, like I'm doing parties every week or something. If I had taken that approach, I may have had more success. Good thing I didn't because of what's going on right now. Nobody is thinking about partying in that fashion in the house community. It's just not a thing because look at what's going on. All of the permits for outdoor events that usually take place in the summer have been canceled. All of the permits by the city of New York done. The Chosen Few Picnic in Chicago, not happening this year. Essence Music Festival, not happening. I was planning on doing something in New Orleans on a house music side and on a soulful R&B side. Not happening, folks. Essence moved to August, to Labor Day weekend to be more specific. Canceled, not happening. It's understandable that these things are the way they are. However, it bothers me because this is how I get paper. I was going to go as a vendor and promote my business that way because, once again, the event producers of many events don't contact me, and I'm out here. But so are a lot of other people, with all due respect. And there may be people who you might say are more credible than me, on the front lines more than me, more of a fan base more than me, etc., etc. I check their feeds. I listen to what they're doing. I listen to what I'm doing. I get it. So what I'm doing later this year is I'm going abroad because the love in the U.S. is not there for me as a DJ. The way I'm playing is I'm playing house. I can play other formats, but I don't like playing EDM. It doesn't speak to me as a DJ. I can play it very well. I can play it as well as any EDM DJ. I can play the Euro style of house. I can play just straight Afro house, which I love. I can play disco house, which I also love. I can play soulful house, which I like a lot, but don't love the same way. I do a show once every month that's soulful house. I did a series called My Favorite Soulful Things for a few months. I did 4 parts. And now I'm not doing it anymore because I don't like a lot of the songs. They don't speak to me, and I can't broaden who I play them for past the same audience in New York or Chicago. There's a lot of venues for it, but the events that I'm planning to produce, I may only be able to do it once or twice. Okay, let me go back to events for a minute. The events that I want to do next year, the Coney Island Music Marathon, next summer, that is happening in Coney Island. Have a relationship with Place to Beach, had it for years. Big shout out to Nino Torre for that. Link on that in the first place. He's the first person to tell me about Place to Beach. I didn't even know they existed. And then, later I may have found them, but Nino is the one that introduced me, not just to the venue, but to the guy who runs it. And he's still there running it. But they haven't been very receptive since I initially met him to doing events there. So I'm going to reapproach them about doing some things if they're open this summer. Since the summer will likely be quiet, this will be a time for me to set up for next year. I'm going to hit all the venues that I've been trying to hit up that are slow to respond and all of this and all the politics and going through hoops and whatever to get it done. So that will be an event that I do. It'll be mainly for house, but I may broaden it and include neo soul and R&B as well. Definitely want to include some classic artists, disco artists, that sort of thing, because these are things that I play in my shows. And unfortunately, I'm not going to promote Afrobeat because now it's just as big as any commercial form of music, R&B, hip hop, pop. And these artists are not cheap. They're not 10 grand and 20,000. They're like 50 and 100,000. And I'm not trying to put an event together on that level ever. I have no interest in it. I love the music. I'm going to play it on my show. I'll promote the artists. I have no interest in doing events on that level, that size, that cater to Afrobeat. Again, to anyone who is in that business, no disrespect, It's not even about that. I have a great love for the music. Just for me and my brand and the way I'm moving, Afrobeat is great for me as a DJ. I've been promoting it for longer than I've actually been calling it what it's called. I called it Afro House at first, years ago. But then there's Afrobeat, and for the last almost year, I've been playing that. I've played Moomba longer, for a few years, and then Afrobeat. But as far as events go, Coney Island Music Marathon in July and or August, I may do like my ideal thing would be to do 4 dates as opposed to 4 like one long weekend, like a Saturday, Sunday whole thing. I'd rather space it out. I can get more mileage out of my sponsors. I can give them more mileage because more people will attend the event as opposed to, oh, it's happening this weekend, I'm going to be away. People go away during the summer. People are not available for the whole weekend. And if that's the thing, then I lose money. So my focus instead will be to produce the event over several weekends. I mentioned Back to the Beach. By definition, I explained it to you, but I didn't tell you what it was called. It's called Back to the Beach. That's happening in December in Miami Beach at at Hippie Haven on Friday, December 4th, 2020. Mark your calendars. And that night will be a house massive party. That Saturday will be Back to the Beach. It will either be on the beach or will be on a venue that is facing the beach. I'm looking at Kitchen 305. I have a relationship with a longtime business associate who knows the owner for many years, and I'm going that route to finalize what I need to finalize. I'm just telling y'all what's going on. I have no reason to keep it a secret, behind the scenes stuff, because I don't think you have any interest in competing against me in the way I'm moving. The way I'm moving is I'm not giving you the secret sauce anyway, not because I don't want to, but because it just doesn't matter. It's not important. I'm giving you insight to what is important. So you can check my videos when I post these and see how I'm moving and what's coming up, when, where, and how. If I don't post about it, you can go to these videos, listen to the whole thing, watch the whole thing, and you'll know what you need to know. You'll also notice I'm not playing any music because I'm not promoting anybody's anything. And I don't have enough of my own music together to do this like that. So I want the focus to be on what I'm saying to you anyway, not what you hear. That's why the car is quiet. There's no music. There's no sirens going off. It's the middle of the morning. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. So there won't be any interruptions at all. Another event that I'm producing next year is Solanta Music and Food Fest. It's going to be at Horizons. Oh, pardon me. Let me back up for a second because I was telling you about Back to Beach in Miami. I didn't mention the Sunday. Sunday will be at Yucca, which is in South Beach. I'm going to close either there indoors. If I can't get 305 for Saturday outside during the day because they face the beach, then it will be at Yucca during the day, possibly. So I need to take a trip to Miami because I need to find more beach-oriented venues. Maybe one of the hotels. We shall see. Now, moving back into what I was saying about Solanta. The Solanta Music and Food Fest is something that I conceived a couple years ago when my brother Cameron came to me about a venue that he found. Not even a couple years. Well, yeah, it's a couple years now. It'll be 2 years by this summer. He told me about a venue called Horizons and a beautiful lady named Rose who owns it, who was so kind and gracious in allowing him to be able to have any kind of event that he wants to have there. And to make a long story short, Martina and I flew down last year in the fall to see it, and the venue is everything. It's beautiful. We talked about some dates, so on and so on. We took June and we took September. Haven't been able to get back down there because I drive. Well, at the time I was driving 4 and 5 days a week, and I was renting somebody else's Highlander, so I couldn't take too much time off, and it didn't happen the way I wanted it to happen. The holiday season came, Christmas season, whatever. I'm making money on that because, you got to get yours while you can. And then the year ended, and when it began, I gave the car back because I had already gotten in the market for the car I'm sitting in. A Nissan Leaf, just in case you nosy people want to know, what is he driving? 2019 Nissan Leaf. It's a beautiful car. Highly recommend it. Not for ride share. If you're not built for charging your car in the middle of your set, that's DJ talk, in the middle of your shift. I'll get to that whole ride share conversation another time. But if you are not prepared to spend an hour charging your car back up to 94, 95%, you can get it to 80% in about 30 minutes. But then you need to realize if you're doing ride share, you need as much charge as you can get. So anyway, that's just a brief. But with our relationship in Atlanta, we're going to take advantage of the fact that COVID hit when we were planning to go back out there and solidify some things. It would have already been paid for, but it's not, because in February, this was becoming a real thing. In January, I didn't drive at all because I didn't have a car to drive. So I was off the road. But I'm going to still do that event. And I'm also interested in doing the Fashion and Music Experience as a weekend getaway. It will be a 2-day event, maybe 3, Friday night, Saturday, all day and night, and Sunday into the afternoon. The goal is to promote fashion and music, and there will be food, but the theme won't be called food, whatever. It'll just be involved. You'll be able to buy food while you're there, because I'm not trying to have you leave the building and go and hit any of the restaurants in the area and not come back. If I have food on the premises, quality food, healthy food, smoothies, drinks, bar, then you'll stay for the whole thing. And that's going to be the Solanta event, will be the same kind of deal. You can get information on my Solanta page on Instagram, but I'm going to also put it on my DJ Freedom page, because like I said, I have all these pages with all this content, and I'm not managing all the different pages as well as I'd like to. When I created these different pages, by the way, it was always to have different people be involved. And unfortunately, they're not involved like I'd like them to be. What's good, Robbie? I hope that in the coming months, with all that's been happening, that more of the people that I've been working with will be interested in being involved. Because when the year, what's going on, brother? Hope you're all right out there. Be safe. Stay healthy. We need more Robbies in the game. We need you on deck. More soldiers, more music event soldiers on the front lines. I'm going to also update the site this coming week. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to do weekly blogs, maybe on Mondays and Thursdays, and that'll just be a chance for me to give everybody insight to the events that are happening. I mean, I'm already good with posting the radio shows on a regular basis, but it's got to be, we got to get back to these events. As soon as things are safe, as soon as it's safe for people to be out, then absolutely, I'm going to do my part, work with different DJs, as I mentioned earlier, those who are willing to promote and bring people and spread the word. That's what it's about. If you just dare to get clout, promote yourself and leave, you're no disrespect to anybody that's moving like this, but it's definitely a thing that some DJs do. They don't promote they got agents for that. Maybe they got a team. They don't have to. However, I found that most of the DJs that are in my cipher, the ones I communicate with and deal with, post regularly. They do live video feeds like this. They have their website up to date with things that are going on pertaining to them, and they work with you. They network on a regular basis. So for me, those are the ones that when all this is said and done and everything is back to normal, the new normal, those are the people I'm going to do business with. I'm not going to do business with anybody that's not about promoting me too. It's definitely about synergy between all of us. So for now, I've given you some insight to what's happening, what's coming up. I hope that everyone takes care of themselves. Stay home if you're not an essential worker. We don't need you on the street getting other people sick, making yourself sick. And we also need this to go away as quickly as possible so we can all get back to the way life was, although life will never be exactly the same as it was. But we want to get back to some of the things that we all did. Stimulus checks have probably run out for a lot of you right by now. And more than likely, you're going to need to work, make that money that you borrowed from mom, grandma, your friends, and your co-workers so you can pay bills and maintain your quality of life. So listen, to just put this in perspective, I'm going to do a video like this at least twice a week. I'm willing to make that commitment. I'm not going to give you a day and a time right now at this moment. I'm going to sit down and go through my schedule because as I said, it's 5:30 in the morning. My days are completely upside down. Maybe a lot of you as well. I'll show you how real that is. When I was at the laundromat several hours ago, about midnight, a lot of people were coming in to wash their clothes. And the mat that I go to in my neighborhood, there's like one person maybe in there when I'm washing. It's crazy, right? This is the reality that we're in. People's hours are different. So my days are just off. That's my point. But I will think about it, go through my schedule of things to do, talk to the queen about what we need to be focused on. And one day this coming week, I'll let you all know through a post or possibly through the video itself like this. That's how I'll share with you what's happening. So to reiterate how you find me, 4 places. Once again, you don't have to write it down. It's going to be on my next post. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, the Facebook fan page. And you'll find me in the House Massive group, the Mix to Go group, and the Solanta group. Those places I'm going to always post to from week to week, twice, 3 times, maybe 4 times a week. I make time to post different things on different pages based on the demographic I'm catering to. The third place is YouTube, youtube.com/DJ Freedom Lives. That's going to be consistently updated with videos like this and also with the remixes that I produce, despite the fact that YouTube has a policy of flagging me every time I post anything that's not mine, even though I post it for promotional purposes, and I've never made any money from anything I've posted on YouTube, not a dime. So for anybody that finds their music on there, I ain't got paid for nothing, so don't trip. The fourth place you'll find me is my website. All right, no Twitter. LinkedIn, I post there, but it's like an afterthought. I'm really not invested in LinkedIn like I used to be at all. I'm probably connected to well over 1,000 people there. And other than saying happy birthday to most of them, I ain't communicating with hardly anybody, and I don't use the site for more than just a post. I don't interact much. I'm struggling to keep up with my Instagram and Facebook people. So if I happen to post a like or a comment on your page, it's to let you know that you are thought of, and I'm not just scrolling past you. I see you. Y'all do the same thing, by the way. that being said, family, I hope all is well with you all and that you take care of yourselves, you be safe, and that I will see you again in a few days. I may do this again over the weekend for Instagram and YouTube, but till we meet again, be safe, eat well, get proper rest. Don't be like me, staying up all night, working on music like I'm about to do. Got the hard drive in my hand, so you know. And that's it. Y'all take care. We'll speak again soon. Peace. Okay. So before I share that with Instagram, because I gotta do this whole thing with it. Damn, that was a 41-minute video. That's pretty good that Instagram is now letting you do videos and they keeping it on the page after it's done. It doesn't disappear anymore like it used to. So that's what's up. So this is just for you YouTube viewers. I do appreciate you, whoever you are, for taking the time to look at this video. I'm not good at promoting my YouTube page, channel, whatever. But I definitely appreciate you if you took a moment to be on here. I will post again, like I said, to my Instagram followers in a few days. I'm going to do this like a schedule so that it's consistent. And I'll post these YouTube videos on my website. But for now, y'all take care. Much love to you all. I'll see you out there. Stay in the mix. Stay in tune. Be safe. Be healthy. Stay home if you're not an essential worker. And I'll talk to you when I talk to you. Peace.